G'day and welcome to another slow and steady video here on the channel. My name is KT and today is Trucking Thursday, back on rotation with heavy cargo. And I've got to say, not long come from on the road, and one, it's nice to see some legs and some hands, and the character in the cab, which of course we don't have on the road. And the characters look pretty good actually, and the animation I think is quite good. Look at her just palming the wheel there. It's a good looking game, I think, and it's always a pleasure to come back. Let's take a look at some of those textures on the road. The road surface is good. We've got some animals over there to the right. It's a beautiful sunny day, which is always a pleasure in this game because we do get quite a bit of rain. But it's a bit janky when you move so predominantly you would use like third person like this, but if you go into first person it does get a bit janky when you're sort of moving around. I think it's more to do with the footsteps, like this sidestepping and stuff. But there we go. It's nice to have the option of a third person and and a first person, but they almost need to revert back to the first person dynamics that they used on the road. Anyway, without further ado, let me just get on the road. That's what we're here for. We've got the engine running and we've got some lights on, so handbrake off, and let's get the fudge out of here. And looking forward to the map extension that we've got coming on this game. I think that's going to be really decent. Hacker right here. I do find when you pull up at these junctions, all of a sudden, they become quite busy. Mind you, we could just go after that yellow car. Let's do that. Oh, bit of oversteer there. And a little bit of a traffic jam as well. The van sounds are okay, I think. I suppose a van would sound like that, really. I think this is why I like older vehicles. They just sort of, rumble and rattle, don't they? And just like that authenticity. But I must admit, I was looking at the Euro Truck screenshots today up on the store, and I did notice they got the DAF truck, and I'm very tempted to go with the DAF. I know that I've always spoke about the Ibecos and stuff, but Leyland DAF, British truck, I'm thinking maybe go with that. That would be quite cool. But no, it's good to come back on this game, and I'm really excited to sort of see what they're gonna bring in with this Heavy South DLC. If you want to hear me rattle on about that, please feel free. Good God, steering. Yeah, look at that. It's sort of jumping between gears, isn't it? You can hear it. It's like, I think this is why I do prefer a manual, really. But what was I saying? I've completely lost my train of thought just listening to that. Is it follow the road route? No, it's left here. God almighty. Here we are. Should I keep this in the video and start the video here? Probably. But hey, it's we'll leave the good, the bad, and the ugly in. Let's pull up and park in one of these bays. Let's do that. We've got some nice mirrors. Okay, let's back it into one of those little bays there. Maybe have that one. Back it in. That'll do. Handbrake on. And of course you can't turn the engine off, which is a bit of a shame. We've got the lights, we've got the wipers, steering wheel on and off, and GPS, which I always turn off because you've got a GPS there on the dashboard, so I don't know why you would need it really on the screen. But I suppose the option is there if you struggle to see, or playing on a smaller screen, I suppose. But no, there's no way of turning the engine off. We can turn the lights off, which is one thing. But yeah, you can't turn it off, unfortunately. But that's kind of parked. I'll take it. Right, let's walk over and see what today's episode is all about. No, let's walk. We're walking over. We don't run. You don't see anyone running across the yard. You would just take a stroll, wouldn't you? Now, I think this next one might be set in the night time, which will be interesting. We've not done a night run for a long time.
West of Velslow, special steel girders are needed for the construction site. Due to additional loads and new safety requirements, the existing beams need to be replaced. You have to bring them to the construction site late at night. As your route mainly leads through the city, red lights are not the only obstacles on your tour.
Okay, I think I will double check that this was a DLC mission. This is called Wet Steel in the Night. Sounds like a 80s rock tune, doesn't it? Wet Steel in the Night. And looks like we've got to go for the city. However, you are able to choose your own route. You don't necessarily have to do exactly what they say. So wow, look at this. Nighttime, the beacons are flashing over the crane. The rain just in the puddles. Wow, there's so much to look at here. Don't worry about the time, top right hand corner. We don't worry about that, but look at that. We've got the, looks like maybe a street light in the puddle, maybe coming from, well, I'm not sure where those street lights are coming from really. We've got the lights here, but the beacons are bouncing off the crane really nicely. And the water on the ground looks really great. There's a bit of frame stutter there, but fabulous. Let's have a look at our load then. So we'll just come out of first person and we'll have a wander around. Like I said, she gets a bit janky if you walk sideways. Mind you, I suppose I would look a bit janky if I move sideways. So actually we might get the truck started. We might get the truck started and we'll check all the lights through and make sure the load looks okay. So it looks like a standard 3-axle trailer there. And of course we're in the MAN truck. That's the only truck available right now. So we'll get it started up. Oh, so much quieter without that rain. We'll take off that sat nav. No, not the steering wheel. I don't want to take that. Oh, I've took the driver out. That's interesting. Nope, that's handbrake. I want to put the driver back in. The steering wheel off. There we go. Right. Well, so no, I don't want to be taking the driver out. It's one of my pet peeves. Right. Okay. So we'll take the GPS off. That's what we'll do. We'll get it started up. I do love, before we start it, the rain actually on this windshield here. It's a really tall windshield on the MAN trucks. I've got to say, it's a really good view. The beacon's flashing over on that crane. But just, you know, when we look at rain in games, I've got to say this is looking pretty good. Just want to see if the truck is wet, because we had that in Truck Driver. Just zoom in. Yeah, look at that. See, so you got like. You imagine that this truck has recently been waxed, and you've got what you call beading on the truck, so it's got wet beading. That's very plausible, I think, and it's great to see because you know you want to see a wet truck in the rain. So let's get this started up. Again, you can see that rain just landing on those puddles. It's absolutely gorgeous. So. Get it started up. Once you've started the truck, you can't turn it off, which again is a shame. I would love them to implement something just so you can pull up on site and just turn the lorry off, you know. So what else do I want to do? I want to, yeah, we'll have some proper lights on, I think. Not main beam. No. Yeah, that one. And we will put our hazards on, which I think is L1 and R1. There we go. And we'll jump out. And we will just take a look at the truck. Yeah. I mean, even those indicators there are sort of, you know, lighting up the front grille there, and it just looks really, really nice. Excuse the jank when I move the character. Let's zoom back out again. And we'll just walk across here. So we've got the hazards on, so we can check the hazards on the back of the tractor unit. All look quite good. The load is secure. 3-axle trailer. And hazards are all working. Lights are working on the back. Looks pretty good actually. I don't suppose you need beacons on the back of the trailer because it's not a, you know, terribly large load really. But yeah, all lights working absolutely fine. Our walk around check. Looking good. The tyres are all inflated. One of the things you would do in the yard is when you first go to pick up your truck, you would be walking up to your truck slowly. Let me just try it. You'd walk up to your truck slowly and you'd be looking to see if the truck is sitting square, and that would be your first indication that something is wrong, maybe with you know, maybe with one of the tyres, or it could be a suspension problem. But in your walk round check you'd be looking to sort of see how the truck sits, you know, make sure it's all it's not sort of low down on one side. And again, that would be your load as well. You'd be looking to see, make sure the load is loaded correctly on the trailer and it's not causing you any problems. So I think we're happy with our walk round. Right, so let's take a look at this map. Now I know you can, I say plot your own route. I mean, if it was going through, say, here, you could take the bypass all the way around. But it looks like on this particular run, there's no choice but to go through because there's no main road that we can jump on, really. So through this part here, underneath this section, over the roundabout, and out into the sticks. Okay, well, that's what we've got. We'll just take our time, really, because that's what we do here. Let's get some wipers going. And let's get going. We'll knock off those hazards. Handbrake, of course, and off we go. Can't remember what a horn is. Sounds like a car. Okay. So we're having a left here. Let's just pull up square so we can look. There is a lorry coming. So I think we'll just wait for him. Yeah, you know, coming off the back of on the road, this does look good, you know. I think there's no wonder that they're making this the sort of go-to game, really. Right, clear to the right. Let's have it. Straight after that car. Okay, that was the postman interrupting my my crossing of the road. So let's try that again. Clear to the right. And clear after this. No, there's a car coming left. Look at it. Car coming right. So clear after that one. Now, go. You'll have to wait for me, sunshine, because I'm coming out. Look at that beautiful large mirror there on the left hand side. That's really nice. Yeah, do you know, if you go out, do me a favour, go out and play no, beg your pardon, go out and play on the road and then come back to this game and you'll see a massive difference if you do it back to back. However, steering on this game, I've struggled, and it was one of my pet peeves when this game first launched, and it could be a me problem, but I've really struggled with the steering on this game, even more so than than on the road. I think maybe because it's a bit more windy, carrying far too much speed. Of course, we do have that problem where if you're setting if you're setting a cruise control, it doesn't hold speed, and it's a massive pet peeve for me because I use the cruise control for just keeping a bit more sort of control for the lorry. Now if I'm you know, if I'm navigating these roads, I am on a controller, I'll be very honest with you, and I'm finding the steering quite sort of, you know, very responsive, shall we say. I want to set a speed and not have to worry about the speed for a minute, because I'm just trying to concentrate on driving through the bends. That's been really a pet peeve of mine for you know, ever since I started playing this game. And so much so, it was before I had a channel, and it sort of, oh, we'll just speed in a bit. It sort of put me off playing the game a little bit. So I recently shot the on the road video, and I never had any problems with the steering, but this one just seems to be a little bit more sensitive. And I have, you know, spoken to the likes of, you know, Fat Cat and PMG for some advice and stuff, you know. I've sort of tailored it as best I can. Like I said, it might just be a me problem. But overall, you know, the game is very, very good, and, you know, it'll be interesting to sort of see what they do to continually develop this game, basically. So, can't see that mirror on the far side. A little bit of stutter there as well. And maybe this is pushing the engine really to a maximum, isn't it? I always forget, you know how we come from game to game. Can we have a not a ghost mirror, what's it called? Like a mirror on the right hand side? Bindings, audio, graphics. Game. No. So the only way that you could check that mirror on the right would be to move the camera, is that correct? So you could check it there, like when you're coming round? I think that's right. So let's have this left. But yeah, overall, graphically, it, you know, it looks fantastic, you know. So a dark, rainy night going through the city. And I'll take this left here as we come around. We'll have to see what they do to on the road. It's still a very good game. It's still, you know, it's still very, very playable, despite being, I want to say, about 4 years old. It might be a bit older than that, but, you know, it's a very, very good and playable game. Obviously, it's just based in Germany. This is sort of a, you know, this isn't based anywhere really, is it? It's just sort of like a made-up map. So we've got a green light, but the lorry is taking a time. Put the handbrake on. That's turned to red as well. Lorry's gone. Maybe he's turning left. Yeah, he's turning left. But yeah, when this game first launched, it was a problem for the steering for me, and I do still struggle on that front. Sometimes, like if it's a nice run, if it's like, you know, not too many tight and twisty bends, then it's a good run for me, you know. But yeah, if it's quite a sort of tight and twisty road, I always feel like I'm not 100% in control of the truck. And out of all the truck games on the market, this is the only game that does it for me, you know. Right, green light. I wonder if we can grab it. We're going straight over. He wants to go left, look. A little smart car. Still not worried about time. Still on a green. Ah, it's gone to red, look. There you go. Never mind, we're next up. But no, there's lots of things to praise. You can even see in that shop window there to the left, we're still on a red, it looks 3D, doesn't it? Which is what they're trying to bring into on the road. Right, off we fuck, let's go. So they do have the 3D shop windows. There's one coming up on the right. I suppose it sort of adds a little bit, you know. I think there would be other priorities for me before they get to shop windows, but you know, if you've got the space and time to do it, then certainly do it. Yeah, but the lights here running off the wet road look very, very good. And yeah, we'll have to sort of see how all this new stuff comes in with the economy mode that they're going to bring in. So you're going to have, you know, some drivers to take management of. Which I spoke before, like I'm not a big fan of having a fleet of drivers. I just want to drive myself. I want to have my own truck, like an owner-driver type thing. I don't necessarily want to run a company, but I get it. Like, you know, because you're able to, I think, have other drivers working for you on Euro Truck. I think so. You know, to help you with money. I have to see, but like literally every truck video I'm making at the moment, I can't help but mention ETS and ATS because I'm just so bloody excited for it. I'm really hoping for a Christmas release. That'll be good. Green light there, so hopefully we can roll this through. There we go. But yeah, graphically this does look pretty fine, doesn't it? It does look good. But yeah, if they could make the first person camera when you're walking around outside, oh, let's grab that red. Not quite so janky, maybe use the camera from on the road. It's almost like, and I'm not saying we should spend money, but it's almost like they're bringing out this Heavy South DLC, and people always sort of say, like, you know, what was that other game with Truck Driver Connection, it should be DLC. Well, sometimes like releasing a new game does help bring in some revenue. So, you know, would we be adverse to, I can see that mirror. Yeah, you just need to look in that you know, look across to the right and just check the trailer that's running alongside that curb there. But you know, we do need to realise that these game companies do need to make money. And so if Heavy South, actually I did go for it in a video, didn't I? You have to go back to that video. Some of it was payable. Was it the Heavy South DLC was payable? You know, and it's quite alright to pay for DLC. Like, we shouldn't get everything free if we want a higher quality of product, you know? Of course, she palmed that steering wheel pretty fierce, to be fair. So yeah, so you know, I suppose really you could sort of say, well, you know, why don't they release a brand new Heavy Cargo 2 with the additional map? You know, and implement some maybe some game changes, you know, some you know, a new fleet of trucks or something. I don't know. I just spitballing ideas. I would definitely like to see some other trucks. But see, here's the biggest problem. Are you going to play this game once, you know, ETS and ATS comes out? I think for being Heavy Cargo, I think this at least has a unique selling point. So I don't think it's a lost cause. I would like to see that steering sorted out a little bit. Maybe it's a me problem. Feel free to write in the comments what your settings are, and I'll have a look at it. But it's not too bad in a straight line. But oh, just back off that speed a minute. But it's the only game that I feel like is quite sensitive on the steering. And it's more so when it gets sort of a bit twisty. So right-hander coming here. Of course, we're looking for that roundabout that we got to go straight over. I remember looking on the map. So this is turning right. Again, quite tight. We'll watch that curb as we come around. Yeah, she does turn that steering wheel quite sharply. Maybe I just need to bring down the sensitivity. I'm going to stop speaking about the steering wheel. That's not what the video is about. The video is about this game. And, you know, it comes around every 4 weekly. And, you know, and I do enjoy it. You know, I enjoy the different loads. And from the get-go, the graphics were, you know, absolutely poles apart from on the road. So, is this graphical update that they speak of on the road supposed to be removing the fog and adding 3D shop windows? Or is it supposed to be bringing, like, that plastic looks really good on the dashboard? You know, is it supposed to be bringing a more clarity all round the vehicles, you know? Because if it is, and I think I said this in a previous video, you'd have to go back through them, but there is sometimes when you're stood outside the truck that the details of the truck on the road actually look better than they do in this game. You know, some of the intricacies, like the LED lights when the hazards are on and stuff, you know. There's sometimes, oh, let's get that red light. There's sometimes, oh, that rain's loud, that it just looks a little better on the road. That's loud. Yeah, so sometimes, like, you'll oh, I'm not going left. Yes, if you take a look at it, sometimes you'll think, actually, the intricate detail on the truck does look better on the road. We need left lane? No, straight over here. But yeah, I'm just so excited to sort of see what does Euro Truck and ATS American Truck look like on console. What does it look like? And now bear in mind, we're not going to get mods for the launch, from what I understand. Take this lane. It's on green. We can have it. Probably get cropped for that, but so it won't be coming out with mods. So it's going to be base game. So what's base game going to look like on console? I'm intrigued. And a lot of people are saying, well, it will look better than anything that we've got now. But when you look at the dashboard on here, it looks very good, doesn't it? You know, and it's a very old game, mind the Euro Truck and ATS. You know, those games are over 10 years old. So here's that roundabout we spoke of. So it is going to be interesting. I'm really interested about it. Yeah, that driver just... Oh, I thought he was blocking that lane. Yeah, we'll have it. This roundabout's quite tight, isn't it? Straight over this one. Let's run it out wide. Alongside that curb. Watching the back trailer. Beautiful, that is. Absolutely beautiful. Sort of almost like on an industrial estate here. But yeah, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But it's, you know, ETS and ATS is on my Christmas list. And I just hope that we see it this year. Never stutter there. Straight over. So we'll stay in this lane. We'll pull up here. There's no need to pull up right on the back of that car. So, a nighttime delivery. I think after that roundabout we were sort of heading out into the sticks a bit now. So the tightest part of the journey is done. So yeah, the open road driving actually is quite good, and I think we were coming across a bridge once, and the draw distance on this game is also very, very good. So you can, I think this is going to be their flagship. I reckon this is going to be their flagship game. Oh. But we'll have to see, you know. Look at that rain. I've got to say, that's the best rain I think I've seen in any truck game. Hands down. You know, even in the mirror, you can sort of see it just landing on the wet road. It does look very, very good. Oh, I should say actually, because I never put it on my titles, this is the PS5 version. This is the PS5. So I think we are not far off now. Now I do want to kind of see if I can reverse in rather than pull in. I think last time we pulled in and it was sort of one and done, you know. We sort of pulled the truck in and then the mission finished. But I'm going to see if I can reverse it in today, just to sort of give that extra little bit of challenge. See, look at that speed picking up with the we were doing the speed limit, cruise control was on. Oh, it's here. Okay, that's interesting. Right, let's pull off the road a sec, because we won't need the road. Oh, this is going to be a fantastic drop. Right, it's going to pull up here a sec. Put the hazards on. Handbrake. Jump out. That rain is so loud. Okay, let's see what we can do. I think they need to bring the volume down of that rain outside. It sounds very, very loud. Okay, so we'll look for it. Handbrake off. Let me think about this. I think it's this way round, actually. Yeah, that's right. God, got to see it in that mirror, though. Where's that orange? Yeah, it's kind of coming in. No, went to push throttle because we're not choosing. We're not in manual gears, so sometimes it's that's very loud as well. Right, let me put the handbrake on. Why is everything a bit janky? Just okay. Right, I might pull forward a bit. Some of that I've got my headphones up really loud, one or the other. Right, there it is. Nope, no, that trailer's going round too quick. Right. I think we might have caught those pipes. That's probably what the problem is. Wow, it's really tough. Well, that was tough as nails. I won't lie. I really struggled with that. I guess we could have pulled in, right? I was just being pedantic and just kind of like enjoying the yeah, just enjoying the. I mean, typically, you know, you wouldn't. I guess you would just pull in. Yeah, you just pull in, but yeah. Anyway, that's me. But anyway, we managed to get it parked. That's the main thing, and it's a video game, and I'm having fun. So let's turn off those wipers. They've been going all video. Right, is that off? Oh, peace and quiet. Let's leave the lights on, I suppose, and leave it run. Yeah, if we came down this road, what we should have done is literally just pulled straight in. Never mind. Well, that's it from me. Thank you for joining me on this adventure here on Heavy Cargo, and I look forward to seeing you on the next edition of this game, and who knows when the next DLC is out for this game. Certainly be one to watch. But massive thank you for getting this far into the video if you got this far, and a big shout out to you if you are subscribed to this channel. A massive shout out to you, the true SAS crew. It means a lot to me as we continue to grow this channel. And if you're not subscribed and you like your trucks, bikes and horses, then maybe this is a channel for you. But until next time, I will see you on the next video. Take good care of yourself. I'll see you soon. Bye.